Welcome to Private Money Secrets. I'm Keith Yackey and I'm your host, and all we talk about here is private money, real estate, and some other fun stuff. Grab your favorite beverage. Let's dive in. What is private money and why does it matter? Why is it this unicorn that people can't seem to really locate and do? And why would you want to do it? And what is it different than hard money, and et cetera, et cetera? A lot of questions that people ask me a lot. Having been in this game for over 12 years, flipped over 700 properties, owned 300 rentals, and raised close to $50 million to date, I get this question a lot. And regardless of where you've been, or if you've been hiding under a rock, or if you're just thinking about getting started in real estate investing, or if you are actually, wanting to up level your game, you're going to need private money, or you're going to need a funding source to be able to do deals. And I always look at, cash as gas, right? Whether you have a Lamborghini and it's sexy as all get out, or whether you're driving a Honda Accord, which is sexy in its own right, but certainly not a Lamborghini, they both need gas to get down the road. So whatever vehicle you use, whether it's single family flips, whether it's, multifamily investing, they all need cash to be able to go. Now, I heard a statement a while ago and I love it. It's like, yeah, it takes money to make money, but it doesn't have to be yours. And so for all of my deals, I've always used other people's money because A, it offers them a great rate of return on their money as opposed to 1% to 2% sitting in the bank. And B, it gave me the ability to move quickly, close on deals that otherwise I probably wouldn't have gotten. And so it was a win-win for us. They got a great return. I made profit on a deal using their money, and we went on down the road and did lots of deals together. So private money, the difference between private money and hard money, if I was to really label it for you, is who makes the decision. A true, real private money lender, a private investor, is the one that has control over the ability to say yes or no. They are the ones who pull the trigger on whether or not they're going to invest with you or not. A hard money lender can have just as good as rate and terms as a private money investor, although normally they don't, but they can have those great rates and terms. But typically there is a board or 2 or 3 people making the decision on whether they're going to lend on your deal or not. The other differentiating factor is typically with a hard money loan, they're going to want to see some sort of skin in the game. Maybe it's only $5,000 or $10,000, or maybe it's just the upfront cost for the construction. The $5,000 or $10,000 might be for the closing. Maybe they say, hey, we'll give you 90% of the purchase price and 100% of the renovation. So, depending on how big the house is, you're going to have to come up with a little bit of a down payment. And then depending on how much upfront cost for the construction, you're going to have to come up with that. And then they'll reimburse you through draws, etc. But with a private lender, it's usually just very quick, very easy. They make the decision. Usually with a private investor, you're not making monthly payments, whereas a hard money loan, typically you are. Sometimes they'll roll in the closing cost and the monthly payments, but that's not really that typical anymore. Maybe 12, 15 years ago, that was a lot more typical. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen. But what I found is this: when you're using private money, you have access to the cash quicker. You can do some different deals that may not fit within the perfect parameters that are laid out by a hard money lender. Typically, a hard money lender says, hey, this is our programs. They either fit into it or they don't. Whereas a private investor, you have more flexibility to say, hey, we can do this, X, Y, or Z. And, there's some flexibility there. Usually, when you get really good at raising private money, you're going to have no points and you're going to have a lower rate of interest. I mean, we've had people that have come through my program that have literally raised money at 4%, 5%, 6%, no points, and have had those not just be short-term loans, but long-term loans. 30-year amortized over 30 years. So, you can buy a lot of rentals at 4 or 5% with 30-year loans and use this private money. Now, the beautiful thing about private money also is that, whenever somebody lends private money, there's usually some sort of document that's recorded, so you can go and find these people. They're already interested in raising private money, or rather lending private money, and they want to do deals. In another episode, I'll kind of explain more about how to find them, what to say to them, et cetera, but I just want you to know that when you finally cross over the abyss and you start to raise and use private money, you'll find that the liberty that you can have to be able to do deals and the confidence that you get knowing that you can close any deal, it causes your ability and your voraciousness of making offers to go up considerably. So one of the huge advantages of having private money at your disposal is it gives you sort of that kick in the fanny that you need to be like, hey, I need to go make some offers. I need to go find some deals because I got this private money here ready to go. And I've found, having coached thousands and thousands of investors, that the ones that have money ready to go, they become very deal hungry, which is awesome because that's what you want to become. They're not shy. They're not hesitant. They're not wondering, I wonder how I'm going to fund this. No, they get excited and they get rocking and rolling and they start going. So that's one massive advantage. So there's the differentiation between hard money and private money, and just one advantage of many of why you'd want to use private money. So with that, have an awesome day. All right, so if you're wanting to learn how to raise more private money, go to www.privatemoneypro.com, www.privatemoneypro.com, where I can show you how to be a private money pro. Take care and go rock it.